make you so special? Why did he bless you? Think about it. I woke up this morning. Got a smile when I say that shit. I woke up this morning.
And we are live with Jake Schmidt. Awesome. I've been excited for this podcast, honestly.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
I'm really pumped. So I've known you for like ever.
I know. We've known each other since kindergarten, I think, wasn't
Something
it?
like that.
It's been a long time.
Because it's weird how like we've like crossed paths times, like in and out kind of deal, you know?
Yeah, we know same people. Like our parents were friends to start, but then just funny how constantly running back into you.
Right.
Yeah.
I used to like growing up, like whenever we were really young, I was kind of like reserved, I guess, like growing up. And I was extremely innocent as a kid. I remember we went camping together.
Oh yeah.
And there was, do you remember Boy Mountain?
I do, that hill. Yeah, we'd roll down.
Yep. And we walked up to the top of Boy Mountain because we claimed it. We're like, no girls allowed on this mountain.
Back in those days.
Yeah. This is probably first, second, third grade.
Yeah, young.
Something like that. And I remember there was a barbed wire fence, and I was like, oh, there we go. Like this is as far as we can go. And you're like, wait. What if we hopped over the fence? And I was like, it literally blew my mind. Like I don't know why I remember that so well, but I was like, oh, I guess we'll just be bad boys and hop this thing.
Might as well.
But dude, so you've been into social media marketing?
Yeah. So when I first started, basically I've been like an entrepreneur my whole life.
Okay. Because from a young age, like early high school, right?
Yeah, even younger than that. When I was in, I think, 4th grade. Somewhere, basically grade school, I would go to Costco and I would buy candy bars in bulk, and then I'd go to school and I'd sell them at lunch because, you know, the lunch, a private school lunch, there was nothing. Because you went to Emmanuel, which one, St. Charles?
Yep.
Yeah.
And we also went to school together that one semester of 3rd grade as well.
Yeah. So you remember those lunches, there's shit food. Nasty, nothing sweet. So I saw an opportunity in the market. I went and I bought candy bars from Costco and I'd sell them to my friends. And then from there, it's just kind of like I'd always been into buying and selling and just hustling from a young age.
Since 4th grade.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Wow.
And then shoveling driveways and all that kind of stuff too. So
okay. Just any way you could.
Any way I could just get money. Yeah.
Okay, absolutely.
Make money. Yeah.
Where do you think that drive, that desire for money and growth and all that comes from, that will to improve? Where do you think that stems from?
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not even sure if it was necessarily money. It was more so just like I wanted things, like I wanted nice things, like, and my parents would never buy it for me. I think my dad really instilled this in me at a young age. He's like, you're never going to be giving anything in life. You have to work for it, no matter what it is. And he's the one who really, really grained that into my mind, was you have to work for whatever you want. And the thing that I remember, this really sticks out in my mind, is I had gone down to my cabin, which is, we have all of our family go down there on the holidays, and my cousin was in from, I think he was living in New York at the time, and he had just brought his girlfriend.
Okay.
And I was young. I was like, I think 6th grade maybe. And she had brought an Apple MacBook Pro.
Okay.
And I bet
those were really nice.
Oh,
that was like the thing.
I had never even seen one before. I'm like, oh my gosh, what is this thing? This is incredible. I can go on the internet. I can do whatever I want. I can look at all this stuff. And I was super excited about it. I'd always been fascinated with technology and the internet from a very young age. And from there, I was like, Mom,
that's
can I get one?
crazy that you were able to see the vision, the opportunities that the internet could hold, from that young of an age.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it was opportunity or what it was. I really liked it.
I know what you mean. Like, there are some things in life that, like, for whatever reason, you're just kind of drawn to them.
Yeah.
It's almost like a destiny type thing.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, so I saw that MacBook Pro, and I'm like, Mom, can I get one? Because my birthday was coming around the corner. She's like, no, I'll give you money for your birthday, and you can save up to get one, because they were like, I think $2,000 or $1,500, and I was only in 6th grade, and they weren't gonna give me a $1,000 gift for my birthday. So from there, that's really what started. That's really what made me value money so much. Not necessarily like having the money, but it was the potential and the things, the experiences that you can get with that money.
Right.
And that's what I'm obsessed with.
All the
freedom, exactly. I'm obsessed with the freedom that you get. Because you're put in this world, you have one life, you want to be able to experience as much as you possibly can. So yeah, I went and I started working, shoveling driveways, did all this kind of stuff, just trying to get money to buy that MacBook Pro. And I eventually did it. I think it was 6 months that it took me to save up the $1,500. And
that's impressive as a sixth grader. Honestly.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it was sixth grade, but it was somewhere around there.
Right,
you know?
right. Regardless of it, even in high school, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah. So I worked, saved up the money to get it, and I remember getting the day that I got the laptop. Like I would look up every single review imaginable on YouTube, any single, like I was obsessed with this thing. And that's one of my traits is I'm super obsessive. Whatever I run into, whatever the hobby that's, or not necessarily hobby, whatever I choose, I just become obsessed over it.
Just put all your energy, all my
energy, and that's how it was. I was just obsessed with getting this money, this goal. I was going to accomplish this goal. I was going to get this MacBook Pro because it was so awesome. Just obsessed with succeeding at that goal. And I remember
just dominating your thoughts. Every single thought was going towards that. How am I going to get this? How am I going to get this? Obsessed. The day that I got the laptop, I remember telling my dad, I was like, it's not as awesome as I thought it would be. It was way more fun working towards the goal than actually getting it. So in that journey towards like manifesting this laptop that you desired so heavily, like this, you fell in love with the process then and there.
Yes, exactly.
Good for you. Wow.
And that's what I remember. Like it's crazy. I had no idea what that meant like back in the day, but I was in love with the journey, the hunt, trying to get this thing, the goal. You know, I was not in love with actually having it.
Right.
But it was awesome, don't get me wrong, and having that laptop at such an early age, 6th grade, has
probably give you a lot of advantages.
Oh my gosh, it gave me so many advantages.
I didn't get a laptop until I was 18 years old.
Yeah, like that was probably one of the most pivotal moments of how I actually got into digital marketing.
Wow.
Because I was obsessed. Like as soon as I got this laptop, it had all these different features of what I could do. I was obsessed, and I was going to figure out every single thing that it could do.
Okay.
After having that laptop, I was into jailbreaking iPhones. Do you remember what that was?
Absolutely,
yeah. Back in the day.
I don't remember what the benefits were, but I remember that like it was a thing, and you could make money doing it. Is that what you would do?
No, I wouldn't make money doing it. It was more so just kind of like, oh, this is awesome. It was having something that someone else didn't have. Like I like that. Like just being able to be like, oh yeah, I can change the background. I can have a moving background on my phone. You know.
Check it.
Yeah, exactly.
You want this? I know you do.
Yeah, it was like that. But yeah, I became obsessed with jailbreaking phones and just researching, and that kind of got me into tech and like just really, really loving tech and just loving everything that the internet had to offer. But yeah, and then from there...
That's interesting. All these things are like, it's like building blocks leading to some like higher purpose almost. Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
Yeah.
From there, sorry.
No worries. But from there, after getting introduced to jailbreaking phones, I started, let's see, what happened after that?
What age is this around whenever you were jailbreaking iPhones?
I would say 6th, 7th grade. Like, so that was one of the reasons why I wanted this. Wanted this MacBook Pro. I can't remember if that was the exact reason or not. I don't even know if the iPhone had came out at that time or not. But all I remember is getting the laptop, and what I used this laptop for the most was just like researching how to jailbreak, getting these widgets, and just learning about like all these different cool things that you could do with your phone.
Right.
But yeah, that's the reason why I bought the laptop. And then from there, I didn't really do anything with the internet. I was always constantly on the internet watching YouTube videos, of course. And I actually started a YouTube channel. It's hilarious if you look at it. Yeah, I started a YouTube channel when I was
really high pitched voice.
Oh my gosh! Oh my god, it was hilarious. That's exactly what it sounds like. I sound like a mouse. I'm just like, so what my tutorial was, it was a tutorial on how to jailbreak your iPhone.
Okay.
And oh, the video is terrible. So I was taking my phone. All right, I don't even know what I was using. Some camera or something, because back then they didn't have. I don't even know if they did or not. But anyways, I was using something to record this video, and then you just hear me in the background. Okay, you download this app. It was really funny. But then from there, I was just constantly on the internet, and I was in school, and I became obsessed with paintball.
I've gotten very obsessed with paintball as well.
Yeah. I became obsessed with paintball, and that's where all my money would go. Like I would spend all of my money.
Dude, that's an expensive sport.
Oh, so expensive. You go to Wacky Warriors and you'd spend $40 a case of paint, which was outrageous.
So much.
But,
much.
And that's the thing. Paintball kind of played into this journey too, because so first of all, I had to buy a gun, and guns were like thousands of dollars.
Okay.
So it kind of just got me into. I bought this one gun, and I ended up trading that gun. It was like a $400 gun that I got on Craigslist. I think it was what was it? It was a die, some sort of die, DM9 or something like that. I forget what it was.
Okay.
But I ended up going on this forum, and it was called PB Nation. And I was obsessed. Like I said, I was obsessed with getting this computer. Like, that was my next obsession, was paintball.
Right.
Absolutely obsessed. There was this forum called PB Nation. I would just look at every single thread. I knew everything about every single gun, what kind of paint, all this kind of stuff. And what I would do is I eventually traded up from this $400 gun to getting the Planet Eclipse Ego 11. I think that's what it was.
I had something very similar to that.
Yeah.
Because I had an Epiphany Eclipse.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're top guns you can get. And
was the Ego the one above the Epiphany by chance? Because I remember
I think it might have been
one that was like really like it was. You're right. It was like $1,000-something.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think it was. I think the Epiphany was the one right under the Ego.
That was $395 when I got it new.
Yeah. Okay.
So, okay.
Then that must have
There
been
was
what
like
it
the
was.
Ion below that.
The Ion, Ion, the classic Ion. I think that's what my friend had that when I first started playing paintball. That's what he had, and that kind of what had got me addicted, obsessed with paintball was that Ion, because I remember that day. Oh, it was so much fun. But anyways, yeah, I eventually traded up to getting this Ego 11.
Okay.
And
so it's kind of the same deal. Like if you've ever heard one of those Craigslist stories where somebody starts with like a Wii and they end up with a car and all these bartering.
Yeah, it was similar to that. Similar to that.
Wow. So you were kind of finessing, like learning how to negotiate from a young age.
Yeah, learning how to negotiate online. That's like the biggest thing.
Wow.
It's all leading into where I am right now, which is crazy. But yeah, so I learned how to negotiate online, how to barter and trade, and eventually got the Ego 11. And then I think the session with paintball lasted for about like 2 years.
Okay.
And then eventually it was just other things got in the way. I was in high school. I think whenever I stopped playing paintball, I was a freshman in high school or sophomore in high school. I can't remember, but.
Probably like high school soccer.
Yeah, high school soccer and all that kind of stuff. It's just life got in the way.
So what age did you about get into social media marketing? And what was kind of your start and your introduction into that?
Yeah, so let me think. So when I first started social media marketing, Oh, I remember what happened. So my cousin, he introduced me to Bitcoin about 5 or 6 years ago.
Wow, so you knew what Bitcoin was like way before.
Yes,
Okay.
I knew what Bitcoin was way before. And then from there, I just started researching online, and that kind of just led me. So because basically Bitcoin is just online currency.
Right.
And what you'll find out is these people, these entrepreneurs, these e-com entrepreneurs, online entrepreneurs, whatever you call it, they all just gravitate towards making money online. So I was researching Bitcoin, and then that kind of led me into social media marketing.
Okay.
And I first started an account, and I heard people were making money.
Because you started off on Twitter.
Yeah, I started off on Twitter. Yeah, I
Okay.
heard people were making money selling shout-out spaces on their accounts.
That just blow your mind.
And it just blew my mind. I was like, what? You can make money posting on social media.
I
was like, huh? That's weird.
Like the thing I'm scrolling through watching funny things.
Yeah. You have no idea, and that's the thing. It's there's a secret community, not secret, but there's this super small community of people that are monetizing every single person's attention.
Right.
And now it's becoming kind of more mainstream because people like a dude named UberFacts on Twitter, who originally got an article published about him, and then a couple other guys now talk about how they're making millions of dollars selling advertising space on these parody.
You can build an audience, you can make money.
That's exactly true, and that's what I didn't realize at that time. Was what they had done is they built an audience, a lot like a TV show or something like that. It's the modern day TV. Like YouTube is the modern day television.
Absolutely.
Like I guarantee you, kids' attention is more on YouTube. I bet you they know the YouTube stars more than they know some Disney Channel star right now.
I couldn't agree more with you. I could not,
Guarantee you.
Wow, more than a Disney Channel star. Wow, I didn't even think about that. Like, so you're saying something that's also, you're saying that the YouTubers targeting these young kids and
Yeah.
Disney Channel targeting these young kids, you think more people know the YouTubers?
Oh yes, definitely.
Wow.
Like, and that's the thing. There is some crossover because a lot of these Disney Channel stars, what they do is they either start off on YouTube, and then they get the gig to go and be a Disney Channel character.
No way.
Yeah.
Well, I know Jake Paul started out that way. It's like he was on YouTube originally.
Yeah.
But I'll start with Vine originally.
Vine, yeah. There was so many Viners that became famous, and then once that platform kind of crashed, they all migrated over to YouTube, and now
Instagram,
yeah,
it's
it's
crazy.
crazy.
The top two for that. Wow.
Yeah, but back to what I was saying. So yeah, when I heard these people were making a ton of money off of Twitter accounts, I was like, what? This is awesome. So I found this one dude that he supposedly had, I think, 5 accounts, and there were 1 million followers altogether, and he was successful, and he knew how to monetize these accounts. And I asked him, I just started constantly would send him questions. Like, I was probably the most annoying person ever. Like, I would not stop.
Go away.
Yeah, I would not stop messaging him until he would tell me like how he did it. And
That's awesome.
thinking back, I was super annoying, but hey,
persistence.
it worked out for me.
Well, it led you to where you are now.
Exactly, yeah. And so I kept on asking him questions, and he told me like all these different ways of doing it. And what I had did, I was like, oh, okay, I'm not gonna start my own account. I'm just gonna I'm gonna try to buy one because people don't know the value of these, and I'm just gonna try to buy one off someone else, and then I'll be able to, since I know how to monetize the account, then I'll be able to make the money, you know. So from there, I went on eBay and I looked up social media accounts or Twitter account. I forget. I can't remember the exact verbiage that I used.
Were people actually selling them on eBay?
One person was. And
No way.
That should have been a massive red flag. So what had happened, I went and I bought this account. I think it was $500, and it had, I think, 400,000 followers. I'm like, holy shit, this is too good to be true.
Right.
There's no way. Like, if these are real followers, I'm gonna make $500 a day, you know.
I know
like,
it is like your ignorance kind of leads you to like hit like a massive excitement. You're like, yes, I'm gonna be so rich tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. When you come to find out, that never happens.
Yeah.
Everything, if it sounds too good to be true, it is too good to be true.
Typically, yeah.
But I bought that account. It was $500, and I started posting shout-outs. And I didn't really know entirely what I was doing. The dude told me, he's like, oh, you need to make a website, and then you need to go get Google AdSense, and you need to install Google AdSense on this website. And the website was called Coite Social.
Okay.
So the Coite Social, and it was just a place where you just put in all this different gossip, all this like celebrity gossip, and like these just funny memes and different pictures and clickbaity stuff. So people click your articles, they read the article,
And then it drives the traffic towards your accounts?
Yeah. So no, the way that it worked was I got this account, and this was going to be my traffic source, okay? And then I was going to drive that traffic to this web page called Coite Social. And on this web page, the way that I monetized this web page was through Google AdSense. So the way that Google AdSense works is, I'm sure you've seen all those pop-up banners. All those different pop-up banners on like all different websites, you know. So as soon as people are reading these different articles, they click this ad, then you get paid per click or per impression, per 1,000 clicks, whatever it would be. I think it was CPM, that's cost per 1,000 impressions.
Okay.
I think it was for every 1,000 impressions that you got, or 1,000 clicks or impressions.
Really?
I'm sorry.
They went off impressions and not engagement?
No. So that's indifferent. Basically, it's the same type of thing.
Okay.
But on the website, and they would pay for, I think it was like 10 cents or something, just absolutely
For 1,000.
minimal.
For 1,000
very
impressions.
minimal. Yeah, super small amount.
What?
Yeah, I can't remember the exact stats off the top of my head, but it was very small.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. You can't even make any money if you got 1 million people to go to this.
No.
Wow.
No. But that was the plan. I had an account with 400,000 followers, and I was going to be able to drive
Sky's the
shitloads of
limit.
traffic, you know? Yeah, I was super excited about that. Come to find out, the account was filled with fake followers. So whenever I would post this shout out, try to drive them to Coite Social, they...
I get like 2-3 retweets.
I get maybe 2-3 retweets. I'm, what the heck? What's going on? Yeah. So it eventually did not work out for me, and I realized, okay, if I'm going to do this, it was good. It was a great learning experience because buying this account led me to go create this website, understand Google AdSense, understand.
Learned a lot in the process.
Yeah, understand how to build a WordPress website. Learned all these different things, which is awesome. So I consider that a failure, but then again, I learned from this failure. I learned a ton of different stuff that was going to be transferred into my next venture, whatever.
So how do you think you were so... Because you handled that... What age was this again that you...
I don't remember.
But either way, you learned that failure was just a temporary setback. Like, how do you think you had the mentality to kind of like handle that failure so maturely and learn from it and then improve from there?
I was super naive. And I thought the next thing that I did was going to make me tons and tons of money.
So you're just optimistic the whole time?
Yeah, that's
just
the
keep
thing.
it positive.
I'm so optimistic, like probably the most optimistic person you'll ever meet.
Good deal.
Yeah, so...
Well, I would say a good introduction for you would be that you are probably the most driven person I've ever met.
Yeah, I'm very
If
driven.
not, like, definitely one of the most driven people I've ever met.
Well, thank you. That's a
no
compliment, but...
And that probably derives from your optimism that you can do it. You can do it. You believe in
100%.
yourself.
100%.
And you love yourself enough to want that, want that for yourself.
Yeah, that's very true. I think my ambition that I have all stems from my optimism. Like 100%. That's very true. But yeah, like I'm super optimistic. I always think, the next thing's gonna work. Right. Oh, I get this idea. I'm like, yes, this is gonna be the best idea ever. I'm gonna make tons of money from it. It's gonna change the world, you know. Every single idea I have, and that's what makes me act upon it.
Just all the energy that's flowing towards this.
Because like if you have an idea, it's like, okay, this is all right idea, but I'm not super excited about it. You're not gonna execute on it. And ideas are shit. They don't mean anything until you execute upon that idea.
Absolutely.
But what I'm starting to learn is some of the dumbest ideas ever, like a fidget spinner, can be the ones that blow up. So that's just another thing that proves that you have no idea. And it also goes back into like podcasting and stuff like that. Like I was telling you earlier, you just got to keep on putting out more and more stuff because you have no idea which one's going to work. Like I thought these meme accounts that I was making, they were gonna make tons of money, which no, they don't. You know, like that's what I thought, but no, that did not work. And that's like you're like, okay, so say this podcast, I think this podcast is gonna be the one that gets millions of views. You have no idea, and then you have another podcast that you're like, oh, this is terrible.
So true.
And you post that podcast, and the one that you thought was terrible is the one that blows up. And
that happened all the time on Vine. Like,
it doesn't make sense.
I just throw one out there. I'm like, should I even post this? You post it. It's like it's like over 100,000 loops.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, I did not think that would be the one. Like I thought this one down here that got like, I don't know, 30,000. Like I thought that would be the one that would blow up.
Yeah, exactly. And like that's a thing you just never know, and that's why it's so important just to keep on testing out your new ideas. Posting your new podcast, like just put out content, put out new businesses, because you don't know what's going to work.
That persistence to keep trying, and you're right, that does stem from I guess open-mindedness and especially optimism that you can succeed, that you believe in yourself, that you will do it.
For sure. I'm a firm believer in if you just keep on, if you just never stop, you never quit,
right,
you're eventually going to have overnight success, you know?
Absolutely.
But there's no such thing as overnight success.
Right.
Like as you see, like you're pretty successful on social media right now, and like that's taken you years. Like when did you start? 2 years ago? 3 years ago?
I started my freshman year of college.
Yeah, exactly.
It was actually same kind of deal as you said. Like I actually had last Christmas, so about a year ago. It was insane. We're all sitting around, we're all gathered around watching this like family videos, and we were watching this other Christmas where I'm opening up presents. I think I'm like in 4th grade or something.
Yeah.
I'm incredibly young. And there's a part where she's like, I don't remember what I said, but I pretty much said I wanted a camera for my YouTube channel. Like I've always, and it didn't surprise me, but I was like, wow. Like, I guess I was kind of surprised, but I've always known that I've wanted to do this. But like as you know, with like soccer growing up, maybe I just let it to like be an excuse for me. But I always wanted to pursue all these other things. But soccer and school, I just didn't have that much time. Between like social life, soccer, and school. So as soon as I was done with college soccer my freshman year, like within a month, I'm like, okay, I got a lot of free time now. What do I do with it? And that's where I put all my energy was into making YouTube videos, and then that led to Vine, and now it's leading to podcasting.
Yeah, and I think you're a lot like me. Am I right? Like you just hate to be bored.
Oh, dude, it's
like it's the worst thing ever. Like
it's not even like a choice for me, because no joke, dude. Like not to get too personal, but I will get depressed. Like if I'm, yes, the boredom will lead to depression. Like I have to be doing something. I have to be doing something.
Exactly, and this is what a perfect outlet. Podcasting, starting businesses, like that's the thing, is like you have hope, and that's like the optimism, the hope that just drives me, and I'm sure that drives you too.
Absolutely.
Just, you hope, like you have this hope that eventually I'm gonna be the next Joe Rogan, you know, I'm gonna be the next Larry King, like, so that's the thing. That's the same thing with me. I'm gonna be the next billion-dollar entrepreneur. I'm gonna be the next entrepreneur that changes the world, you know, like
the next Mark Cuban.
Exactly. Like you just have that hope, and that's the optimism towards that, and that's what drives every single person, like or at least me and you, every single day to day, and it all stems from you hate being bored.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so
it's almost like I don't even have like control over it. Like it's not even a choice. Like it's like I have to. Like if I want to be happy and I want to be happy, then I have to. Like
exactly. Yeah, there's no other option. But
and it's cool how like having that belief in yourself and that optimism can lead to so many things. It's just cool, like all the things you've gotten into throughout life and where it's led you.
Yeah.
Would you like to talk? Is it Fidget Tea? It's Fidget Lee, right?
Fidget Lee, yes.
Okay. So that started for you about a year ago.
Yeah, exactly. December, I think. To be honest, I think it might be the 1 year anniversary today. December 29th. Actually, it was yesterday.
No way.
Yeah. So December 28th. Is when I started Fidget Lee.
Wow.
Yeah.
And we all know how that went. That was insane.
That was the most success that I've had to date. Then again, I'm not successful by any means, like not at all.
But you're not complacent.
Yeah, no, I'm not
awesome.
complacent. Like that's the thing. I'm obsessed with just becoming better. Like I just want to constantly get to the next level. I want to get to the next thing, whatever it is.
Right.
So I don't think I'm successful by any means right now at all. But Fidget Lee was one of the pivotal moments of my life that really did change my life. So having all that experience in online marketing, all that different kind of stuff, by getting the Twitter accounts, all that kind of stuff, it helped me navigate how to market online, how to do digital marketing. So I had this idea for this fidget spinner. So basically the way that all came about was I was looking on Kickstarter because I just love products. Like I think that's one of the reasons why I'm an entrepreneur, is because I love new gadgets. I love like just new little things. I love things. I don't know.
Love technology.
I love technology. I just love this kind of stuff. So I'm always on Kickstarter looking at all these different projects. And I was on Kickstarter one day, and they had the campaign called Fidget Cube had just been funded, and they had raised $6 million. $6 million in 30 days.
Wow.
I'm like, wow. Wow, this is incredible. Absolutely insane. So from there, I was like, okay, what is this thing all about? And all it was a toy that you fidgeted with. You know, like the video was hysterical, and it went viral, I think. But then I started looking at other toys, like what are these other fidget toys? Because I knew that I had this experience on how to market products.
So this wasn't necessarily the fidget spinner yet?
No, it was not the fidget spinner yet.
Okay.
So this was the Fidget Cube. It was a cube. It had like a joystick, some buttons, and different things that you just fidgeted with. But the problem with that, what I realized was that it made noise. And if you're going to be... When do you fidget?
Class.
Exactly.
Class, like that's the...
Yeah. You can't make any noise when you're in class. It's quiet.
Or business meeting, whatever.
Something, yeah. Places where you fidget, you cannot make any noise. So it didn't really work. It was a great idea. So I started looking around more.
Respect to you for recognizing that. That's some vision right there.
Thank
I don't know if I would have been...
I think I might have got a little bit lucky there, but who knows?
No, I don't know if it was luck. You clearly thought that through. That was some logical thinking that you applied towards that.
Well, anyways, it happened. I thought that. And I was looking around online. I was just looking up fidget toys, and I stumbled across Etsy, which Etsy is a place. Do you know what Etsy is?
I've heard of it. I'm not familiar
so
with it.
So Etsy
exactly.
is a marketplace for crafters, hobbyists, people that create things in their house.
Okay.
So what I had saw was...
Oh, that's a really cool concept.
Yeah, it's a very cool concept. So what I saw was people were creating these fidget spinners, but they were 3D printed. Okay? So the problem with 3D printing is that the overall quality is not commercial. Like you can't 3D print something and sell it in Walmart or Best Buy or Target or one of these big box retailers.
Really? Why is that?
Just because the quality, you could, don't get me wrong, you could, but it's just not, it's not really scalable. It is scalable, but it's not as scalable as injection molding, which was what my fidget spinner was. And that's another thing, is the durability of these 3D printed fidget spinners were not good, and that's what I saw. I bought one of these 3D printed fidget spinners off of Etsy. It was some weird design, and I got it, and I realized, okay, wow, this is crap. The material is not good. It's falling apart. Like, you could sell this, but I'm doing the customer a dishonor because I'm not adding any value. Like, what they're getting is not a product that I would.
And you want to believe in your product.
I want to believe in my products 100%. It was a product I would not believe in.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, what can I do? How can I fix this? Through other entrepreneurial things that I did, I made some watches and just other things that I did. I had gained all this knowledge of how to source products from China and how to get products made in China. So I sent them the design, and they were kind enough to work with me, and they helped me create this CAD file, and then they eventually printed this fidget spinner. And they sent me samples, and I had got these samples, and they were I wish I would have brought the original fidget spinner, but it's at my house. I forgot it. But they sent them to me, and they were good. Overall, they were good. But the bearings, there was like grease in the bearings and stuff like that.
No, you don't want that all over your fingers.
So I didn't want that. So yeah, I'm like, okay, this is not good. And I had asked them to send me a bunch of different colors. They didn't send me the colors. They sent me just all black, and the bearings didn't have any covers or anything like that. And I'm like, okay, well, I need covers.
What credibility did you add to so that they would send you these? Were they sending these for free, or were you paying a little?
Oh no, I had to pay for them.
Okay.
So that's the thing. I was like, okay, however much it will cost, I'll pay you 10 times whatever it would be. So I think it was like $1 or something like that. And they were $1, something ridiculously cheap. So I ended up paying like $10 or $15 with shipping from China, DHL, to my door. And I got these fidget spinners, and I realized, okay, wow, people are starting to catch on to this trend. They're selling out like crazy. These 3D printed ones are selling out like crazy online, and
they're terrible quality.
So I'm like, okay, well, if I can get going quick.
Oh, you saw the opportunity.
And no one was marketing the way that I knew marketing should be done right now. No one was doing the Instagram influencer shoutouts. No one was doing the Facebook ads. No one was doing any of that I was an expert in, or I thought I was an expert.
Advanced.
I was advanced,
yeah.
I was advanced at it. I knew how to do it. So I was like, okay, I gotta hurry. I gotta get this going. So I sent them back. I'm like, okay, send me this. I made some changes to the design. They sent those back, and I finally got them. I got 10 pictures, or I got 10 samples, and I went out, and I'm like, okay, so now I need to make a video. I went out and I made a video because I had to make the video so that I could advertise this product.
Right.
You know? So I got these samples. I went out. I made a video, and it's actually funny. So I went to the Lamborghini place. You know, the one in Chesterfield?
Yeah.
I brought these fidget spinners. Because I'm like, okay, I need to get content. What does everyone like? Everyone loves nice cars. Am I right? You know.
So true.
So I went.
I never would have thought of that. That's why I think that's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I went there, and I was with Colin Wynn, actually. You know, me and him were there, and we were taking these pictures up like against the Rolls Royce, the Lambo, and stuff like that. And one of the workers comes up to me. He's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, I'm just taking pictures for this new product that I'm launching. It's called the Fidget Spinner. Have you ever heard of it, Fidgetly? And he's like, oh no. And he's kind of an asshole to me.
Oh, really?
He was a douche. He's like, oh, like luckily enough, he let me stay there and continue taking pictures, but he was kind of just like a prick. He's like, oh, like, it's like basically saying, oh, you're stupid for doing this. So just went there, and
I bet he regrets saying that.
Yeah, he probably regrets it. Well, I can't afford a Lamborghini still, but eventually one day when I'll be able to, I don't think I'll go to that place and buy a Lamborghini. But anyways, so I took this video, I got pictures from there, I started posting on the Instagram account where I was going to advertise it, and then I went to the Galleria, and then I went to my school, and I ended up making this great video showing off all the perks of this fidget spinner.
Okay.
Or what it can all do, and like what it does, this satisfying video.
Because didn't the way you marketed it was like to people with ADHD?
Yeah, like, because don't get me wrong, like,
genius.
When you're playing with this fidget spinner, it helps, it keeps away the distractions of everything else. Like, I can work, like, I don't know if this is proven or not, but at least for me, it helps me stay focused on what I'm doing.
I think you're totally right, because I never really messed around with one until recently. Mm-hmm. I was just a little late on the trend, and at least like owning one. Yeah. And my roommate brought one back, and I was sitting doing homework one day, just
playing with
it. Yeah, just flicking the
So
Flick of the wrist.
yeah, flick of the wrist. But yeah, so it helps you stay focused on whatever you're doing. At least I thought. So what I did is I made a video kind of showing that, like how it helped me.
Okay.
And after I made that video, I went and through the experience that I had over the past years, all those different failures, I had learned how to do marketing, and I did a shout out. So I went on this parody account on Instagram. It was called LMAO.
LMAO, okay.
It's still up there today, LMAO. That was the first account that I used to promote this product.
So you're basically hitting up like people that are like comedy accounts or any other big account.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I realized was, okay, these comedy accounts, they don't fully understand the value of their account. They don't understand how much their attention is actually worth right now. But then again, if you go to these influencers, these B-class, A-class celebrities, they're going to charge you $5,000 for a post, and you're going to get maybe 20,000 views.
Right.
You know, so just because their brand is attached to this because it's their account, you know, it's like their brand. They already have this established brand. But the Seams account, there's no personality behind it. It's just posting funny videos. So they charge less for that. So I paid this guy $300, and he had 11 million followers.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
When I posted the video, it got I think just over 100,000 views.
Wow.
And I paid $300 for that.
Good for you.
So that day I posted it, and I'm like, okay, moment of truth, see how it works. And I
Were you optimistic?
Oh, super optimistic.
Hey,
yeah, I was super optimistic. I was like, oh, it's gonna work, yes, cannot wait. And I posted it, and sure enough, the orders just started coming in.
Really?
I ended that day, $300 spent on that, 100,000 views, and I ended that day doing $3,000 in sales.
That ROI though.
Yeah, it was incredible. I'm like, wow, this is insane. Like this, I found something that's gonna work. And from there, I just
Did you
kept
already
buying
have
more and more.
it was Fidgetly the at name, right?
Yeah.
That's your at name. So if anybody wants to follow him, Fidgetly.
Fidgetly, yeah.
Just Fidgetly? Just
Yeah, FIDGETLY.
Okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool. But so were you already building this Instagram account to market these, or were you just like hitting up this?
So yeah, I started. So that's what you want to do. If you're going to build a brand on Instagram, you want to start this Instagram account first.
Okay.
And then you're going to populate it with content, and then after you populate it with content, then you start promoting it.
What? How many posts would you say is?
I would say have a minimum of 6 posts before you.
Okay.
A minimum of 6 posts before you start running traffic or promoting your Instagram account.
Okay, that's probably for the best.
Yeah. So after you get those 6 accounts, then you can go and you can hit up these meme accounts, these basically any person that has a bigger following than you. Just try to see how much they'll charge you to do a post on their account.
Right.
But yeah, so after that first day when I did $3,000 in revenue off of $300 ad spend, I just kept on scaling up, and I was just contacting all these different influencers, kept promoting the video, and then from there, I started making other content, and I would actually pay these other influencers on Instagram, these people, these personalities, not themed accounts, these actual personalities. I would send them a fidget spinner, and I would tell them
They play with it.
and they would play with it, and they would make some sort of funny video.
Did you kind of base that idea, because that's a similar concept to? Do you remember what were those hoverboards?
Hoverboards, yeah.
They were all over Vine. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's how I originally found out about them. Was like you see Logan Paul, Lily Pons driving these little hoverboards around.
Yeah.
And I'm like, those things look so cool. And then next thing you know, that next Christmas they're everywhere.
Yeah, that's how it works. Like, that's seriously how to blow something up. If you can get those influencers to post, because they have all of the attention, like so much attention right now. So if you can get your product in influencers' hands, and that's very, very good way of promoting your product.
So you originally started with just these meme accounts, and then you kind of worked your way up. That's what you refer to as scaling.
Yeah. So I started scaling with these meme accounts.
Okay.
But what I had realized was the content, the creative that I was using to promote the product became exhausted. So
Okay.
the audience got tired of seeing it, and I had converted all the people that were going to convert through that creative. So I was like, okay, I need to get new content, and I'm not the best at making videos.
Because I followed you. I still follow you, and I've been following you for about a year now. The Fidgetly account, and you do have some quality content, honestly.
Yeah, none of that's me. I did make the first video, but I'm by no means good at it. So I realized, okay, I need to outsource this, and I need to pay these influencers to make videos for me. So I would send them product, and then they would tell me, okay, I'm going to charge you $750 to make this video and post on my account. It's relatively cheap. It's not super expensive considering what you're getting. So I would pay them, get content from them, and then I would post it on my account, and I would also use that content to post on these meme accounts. And that was one of the ways I was able to negotiate.
Wow, so that's a huge win for them, because they're getting
exactly.
their content posted, that was one of the money.
Yeah, that was one of the ways that I was able to negotiate with these influencers. Was I was like, okay, listen, I'm going to be spending thousands of dollars promoting your content. So is there any way you can work with me? I'm a startup budget. Is there any way you can work with me? Give me a cheaper price, considering I'm going to be promoting your content.
Totally.
So they agreed with that. They're like, okay, yeah, that's definitely fair. So I was able to get cheaper prices.
Sounds extremely reasonable. Yeah.
I was able to get cheaper prices because I was promoting them, and I was also promoting my product.
Wow.
So yeah,
there's that online forum negotiation.
Yeah, exactly.
Coming into play.
Exactly. Yeah. So that was the way I was able to kind of navigate through the influencer landscape. But yeah.
What have you learned through this whole process?
Oh, I've learned so much. I've learned this is one of the biggest takeaways that I learned was Chinese New Year is, I'm not sure the exact dates, but it's like, I think it's in
March or February.
March or February, I think one of those 2 days. But
here, let's pull it up.
Yeah, let's see what it is. But anyways, while you're looking that up, so I was getting flooded with orders, like absolutely flooded with orders.
No way, it's February 16th, which is my mom, my ex-girlfriend, an old buddy of mine, and Jimmy Tatro's birthday.
Wow.
Throwing it out there.
Wow.
You know, whenever you memorize one, then every time you see somebody else,
yeah, that's called this reticular activating system.
Really?
That? So whenever you see a car, so you just buy this car, and it's a blue Honda.
Okay.
As soon as you buy that car, since it's fresh in your mind,
start seeing it everywhere.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
But yeah, that's that. But anyways, back to what I was saying about the Chinese New Year is, I was getting tons and tons of orders, and I was not expecting. I did not forecast the amount of orders that I was going to be getting. So I didn't want to quit selling these things. Because the market was there and they wanted this product.
And you caught the trend. You caught the trend.
I caught the trend. I started this. I didn't catch it. I started this trend.
Holy shit. So does that blow your mind at all that these fidget spinners are all around the country because of you?
It was between me and another company called Fidget 360. We were the only people to be promoting these products.
So you guys were dominating on this market.
Yes, we were dominating. Absolutely.
Dude, that was one of the biggest trends I've ever seen in my entire life.
And it was all through influencers, 100%. I would say 90% of this trend started from these Instagram influencers.
Wow.
There's no data backing this, but this is what I'm assuming. That's what I'm assuming. But
there has to be, because I never heard of these things until maybe a little bit before, because we had lunch, or I think it was lunch, last January, and that was the first time I ever heard of them. And then I came home and I'm like, Melina, I brought up to my little sister, I'm like, have you ever heard of these fidget spinners? What are these things? And she's like, yeah, I see those everywhere. I've seen them on Facebook, Instagram, I see them everywhere. Mm-hmm. So that must be where it derived from. It has to be.
Yeah. Here, hold on. Sorry, man. So sorry. My girlfriend's mad at me for not being on time. But anyways.
You got a few minutes.
Yeah. So it has to be. It has to be from these influencers, because that's where it has started.
Right.
Just like you said. This is where it started. But yeah.
It has to be.
It has to be. I don't know where else it would have came from. I guess it's just a good product in the right time. It just all plays into each other. I can't say it was only because of me. People were advertising on Facebook as soon as they see that it's popular.
Right.
But yeah.
Because I remember I was working a serving job, and it was one of the first times I ever saw it out in public. Mm-hmm. And this little girl, this was probably 2-3 months after I met with you, and this little girl is just playing with it. And I walked up and I'm like, where'd you get that from? And I think she said somewhere online. I don't know if it was through your company or through Fidget 360 was the other one you said?
Yeah, Fidget 360.
And yeah, she didn't tell me which one. And I was like, no way. I actually have a buddy who's like started that. And like the parents, like they don't want to talk to the servers. They kind of brushed me off.
Yeah.
I'm like, that is insane. Like this little girl is holding this miles away from where it started. That's just wild.
Yeah, it's insane. Like the power of social media.
Totally.
Yeah.
Well, I saw you posted a picture of your product in Best Buy, and did you get it like your actual product into Best Buy, or how did that work?
Yeah. So from the start of this company, I partnered with another company in Los Angeles, and
so that's what brought you out to LA. Originally?
That's what brought me out to LA. Is partnering with this, and we were working on the startup. And
crazy 2017.
It was insane.
Good for you.
Thank you. Thank you. It's super exciting. Like I said, Fidgetly changed my life. But yeah, so I went out there and I started working with them, and then we got into Best Buy, and then we started working on this other product called Fidgetly Control, which is a connected version of this Fidget 360. So it's a fidget spinner that you can play games with. So you can control different apps on your phone with this fidget spinner. So it's really cool.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll have to show you.
That's amazing to me because you've taken this extremely simple concept and just revamped it and like engineered it to serve all these other different purposes.
Yeah.
Has that been as successful for you, or?
It's not been as successful as the fidget spinner, like the basic one, but yeah, we're doing well. We're in Target, Best Buy, and Brookstone. So if you guys want to buy Fidgetly Control, you can go to Target, Best Buy, or Brookstone, or Fidgetly.com and see what all the hype's about. But yeah, that
sounds really cool.
Yeah.
Is it pretty entertaining for you as well? Is it a product you believe in?
It is definitely a product. I think that it has a lot of potential. The way that we're marketing it right now probably should be changed up a little bit. I think we're trying to get over the hurdle of people having this preconceived thought of it being a fidget spinner, and the fidget spinner is no longer being cool.
Okay.
So what we're challenged with right now is trying to figure out how to promote the product as it's not a fidget spinner. It's so much more. It is a 360 gaming controller.
Wow.
So,
that's insane. So what else did you learn in your time out in LA this summer?
There's too much I don't even know.
Well, actually, this is a good question because you said what you were really attracted to because you had visited whenever I saw you, and you said you just loved the culture out there.
Yeah.
Something about it, like you said, everybody has a lot of drive.
Yeah.
And I was actually about to tweet this as like a public question, but I was like, wait, no, Jake would have a great answer to this. Mm-hmm. And I personally find to be that people in, maybe it's the Midwest, maybe it's Missouri, maybe maybe LA is just the place you want to go if you want to grind. But I think people here are pretty complacent, and I wonder if cities, like other cities, are more ambitious or raise more ambitious people typically than like people here. I just feel like people in Missouri, nothing against them, and I think there are a lot of really good, genuine, awesome people here, but I think most people are really complacent with where they are, and they're really just satisfied, and that's just something I can't relate to personally.
Yeah, I agree with you completely. I think Missouri is definitely complacent. Majority of the people are, but when you get out to LA, like there's tons of complacent people out there too. But it's just I think what draws the more motivated and ambitious people is they want to have the best of the best always.
Okay.
You want the best, and the scenery and the nature out there is just absolutely incredible. You're on the beach, so it's almost paradise, and not to mention it costs more. So for you to be able to afford to live out there, you have to be super hungry and ambitious to make a lot of money to be able to live out there. I think that's kind of my thought on it. It's just because the location of the country.
Okay,
it's a very desirable place, so there's just a lot more competition to get out there.
One of the most desirable places in the world, arguably.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
So you don't think it has anything to do with like this place on Earth just kind of attracts all ambitious people to it, or?
I think it does because of how desirable of a place it is, because like of the nature, the ocean, all the different benefits that it has to offer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know I had a buddy who lived out there, and he would always say he was an hour from the mountains, the desert, the ocean, and something else, and I was like, that's awesome. That's super cool. Plus the city of LA.
Yeah. Like you can literally surf, drive up to the mountains, and snowboard or ski in the same day.
Wow.
Like,
That's insane.
It has everything to offer, you know?
Wow.
Yeah. It's crazy.
But are you wanting to get out of here? It's almost 3:45.
Yeah, my girlfriend, now you have to go to a family Christmas, so.
Totally.
But.
Well, I think a really good send-off, man, is my mentality this year, and like one thing I've really grown and kind of adapted is I guess in capitalism, a lot of people, they think if I'm going to succeed, this person over here has to fail. Mm-hmm. And I have a completely different like outlook on that person.
Yeah.
I think the right way to look at it, at least my preferred way of looking at it, is that I personally want to succeed. Like, we're extremely bad. I don't know if it's as bad as whoever says you want to succeed is as bad as you want to breathe. I don't know if it's that bad yet. I mean, I'm working there, but I really want to succeed, but I could not be more genuine, and like I genuinely want other people to do well, man.
That's good.
I want the best for everybody, and with that being said, I don't think it's wrong to say I want some people to do better than others. And dude, I could not be more genuine when I say this. I want you to do awesome, man.
Thank you.
You have been.
Thank you. I really
You've been
appreciate
killing
that.
it.
I really appreciate that, and you too. Like, seriously,
Thank you.
I think that's a characteristic that all successful people do have, is that they're wanting to help other people. Because like in nowadays culture, like you cannot be successful without helping another person.
Totally.
You know what I mean? So like if you're selling a product, it has to add value to that person's life, and it has to help them in one way or another. So if you're just out there trying to sell snake oil, you know, maybe you make a couple dollars, some money real quick, but it's never going to be lasting. And like there's no point. Like you don't get where you are without the help of someone else.
Totally.
Like I did not get to where I am without the help of hundreds of people. You know,
it's a very interdependent reality that we live in.
So like everyone is helping everyone, and that's why it's so awesome, because there's enough money to go around in the world for everyone to be successful.
I don't believe in scarcity.
Yeah, if you do good and you are genuine and you are a genuine person, you want to help other people, and you work hard, obviously, I think you'll be successful. At least that's what I think.
I couldn't agree more. And I think that's where a lot of my energy for this podcast, because that's the end goal of this, honestly, is to give people a resource that I think the internet's either the greatest resource or the greatest distraction, depending on how you use it. And if you make the conscious decision to use the internet as the greatest resource you can have, then I would like my podcast to be a platform that can just help people to improve, to grow, to be better, and also just a form of entertainment as well. Yeah. And I would say that's the overall goal more than anything. And to get there, I have to build an audience.
Exactly. And I think that's awesome. And I think with consistency, just doing it every single day, day in and out, you'll get there.
Totally.
I know.
Totally.
It's awesome. What you've done so far, like you started, you already have 35 episodes out. You did the hardest part. You started.
Totally.
You know? So I think you'll definitely get there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, you have any last words?
No, it was a pleasure. It was awesome to be on here.
You have any last words?
No, don't put a gun to my head.
Well, it's actually funny you said that, because my last podcast, right before, my buddy Steven, episode number 35, check it out, promoting, no, he just gets a gun out of nowhere, puts it on the table. I'm like getting them water, and I turn back around and he just has a gun. I'm like, oh shit, is that real? And he's like, yeah, I'm actually selling this tomorrow. And he's like, I usually almost always have a gun on me. I'm like, all right.
There you go. Something to talk about.
Totally.
But yeah, man, it's been a pleasure.
Dude, thank you.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure for me as well. Well, this wraps up episode number 36 of Jordan's Subjective Perspective. If you made it this far, I really, really appreciate your time. And yeah, goodbye.